through the smoke though comes to Hutunji. Can he hold on to it? He's going to make a brave dive down outside zone 6. Backs off, gets on the foot brake now, starts to find the side of it, jumps onto the door of Vinsek's car. Is he the only man that can hold on to Vinsek?
He pushed it at the end.
You got proximity then.
Yeah.
The car is awesome. Woo!
Me and some military. I know that you're feeling it. Yeah, this is the feeling you get when you realer than all of the villains here. I'm no hero, I'm just a man. This is what I does, go hard with the plan. I am a titan, we roaming the land. Remember the name, you gon' know who I am. I need my bro, I need it all. That answer what you say. I need my bro.
Interesting to be back in Riga. Very excited to see how the new cars will do on this track. So yeah, exciting to be back. I like Riga, I like the layout. It does suit my style of driving. I would say yes, but it's also a tricky one. It's a lot about getting the right setup, getting the right approach with the car. So you just have to get it right. It's tricky to get it right, but if you get it right, it's so much fun to drive because it's such a high risk track. Already the entry, you can win or lose a lot on the entry, and then all the way through it's just usually fifth gear, throttle pinned, no lift. Pretty much all the way onto this last wall. So it's a very, very exciting track, a lot of elevation changes involved as well. And yeah, I can't wait to drive again. With those new cars, very exciting to see what they will do, how they'll behave. I would say pressure is relative, it's always there. Obviously a lot of people looking for how those new cars will do in competition. But on the other hand, it's what we do. Once I'm in the car, I'm gonna try my best all the time and try to get into the zone and try to get everything else out of my mind.
After 3.5 days of truck driving, I arrived in Riga and I'm quite happy to be here. So after these many stressful weeks and now it's already month, I rather enjoy the truck driving. It calms me down. You can't go fast with this thing and you just sitting there and steering the truck. I'm enjoy driving through different countries, seeing a bit on the way, so it really calms me down.
Seit 1,5 Stunden fahren da LKWs in das Schiff. Ich weiß gar nicht, wo die hinfahren. Ich bin gespannt, ob es noch einen Platz für mich hat. Ich glaube, ich bin einer von den Letzten. Ich weiß es nicht genau. Let's see and hope for the best. So, ich hatte Glück. Ich habe eine Kabine bisher noch mit meinen 2 Taschen oder einer Tasche, einem Rucksack alleine für mich. Ich hoffe, das bleibt so. Die nächsten 30 Stunden.
The target is on our backs. We told the entire world that we have 1,000 horsepower cars. The power you need to control, and to win or lose a drift race, it's not only about power. It's many more aspects.
Ja? Okay.
We're here in Riga. We are back in business. It is a huge weekend ahead of us. This track, well, it's always a feast on the eyes. We get thrills, we get spills. We basically get everything you want as a drift fan from one event, Ian. The fastest track of the year, most technical, most dangerous, absolutely hyped for this one.
We have the best from around Europe lining up on the circuit, and as we head down to the start line, Dave.
This is the harshest qualifying session of the year. It will be Eli Hutunji, the first of our Red Bull Drift brothers, in these brand new BMW M4s, factory backed, and they are causing some issues because they're completely brand new builds. They've never been used. You know, look at some of these chassis out here, these old Nissans and Toyotas and BMWs. They've had 10, 15 years of development. These guys have had about 15 days, and every run is like a school day because they are trying to get all the max they can have. A very wide initiation from Eli Hutunji. This car running 1,050 horsepower, but they're struggling. And look at the flames. No, a wild build, and done in quite a hurry to make it to displays at the Formula 1 track in Austria. They're learning every single run. You can see these two drivers, Ellie and Joe, are incredibly experienced, know exactly what they're doing, but every single run they got to go back into the pits and change something, tweak something.
Bisschen von der Wand weg, aber fein. Fein. Geil. So, car felt great. It was just me not being on a perfect line, but yeah, I'm okay. War gut, war gut. Mehr. Danke, danke.
I'm down here with Eli Hutunji. Now, Eli, you have had a big weekend so far. You've got brand new M4s. These are the highest tech vehicles that we've seen on our start line. This is a development year for you. How are you finding it so far?
I'm finding it really, really good. The team did an awesome job. We learned so much in round 1 and 2 in Greimbach in Austria. And coming here, actually, the car is now better than me. So I'm the limiting factor now, and this is a quite good way. I mean, it's pressure on me, but I'm really happy. The car feels great.
Riga is a nice place for sure. Yeah, the venue is nice with this very almost romantic type of setup here in the woods, starting out of the woods, coming into the grandstands. Yeah, it's one of the coolest racetracks I think they have in the MEC calendar.
Eli Hutunji, we heard him on the interview. He thinks these cars are actually better than he is. That's a big statement.
That is a big statement. That's saying that he is holding the car back and he
He's the
needs to
limiting
learn
factor.
now. Well, if we go through the gears, goes Joe Hutunji. Looks for a nice flick on the initiation, tidily done, and Joe Hutunji keeps the back end in, just dials on a little bit more angle to put the rear wheel in to the outside zone 1. Flicks the car across the track now, as you say, Dave, the slipperiest part of the track. Oh, gets it very close to the tyre wall.
Well, he saved the car. He saved the car.
As Hutunji looks to finish up the run, puts an exclamation mark to it though, and damages the car for the first time on the wall.
First wall tap. Yeah. Well, the bumper didn't fall off. It's okay. Sketchy condition. Yeah. Joe, well done. Well done. Yeah, well done.
2 wheels off. Let's put some pressure on Joe Hutunji.
Hopefully it dries.
Du musst irgendwie versuchen, ja, noch früher zu bremsen und also ich weiß auch nicht, was machen. Es kann sein, dass es einfach nicht geht mit dem Gewicht. Es kann einfach sein, dass es nicht geht. Du machst es. Ich guck, ja. Also, ihr seid fertig, oder? Ja. Perfekt. Ja.
Such a tough qualifying session for these guys
Tough
today.
to watch, tough to judge, tough to drive.
It's just tough all round. Well, tough for this guy in the car as well right now. Brand new build and being tested to the limit. Joe Hutunji from Germany, G82 BMW M4 sits on the line snaps it into gear and says, well, we've got a shot at it now. What can we do? Comes through, and you can see the steam rising as the temperature rises ever so slightly down the back end of the circuit. Opposite flicks it. Oh, and it wobbles, but he holds on to it. Joe Hutanji stays in it, drops down though, out of that scoring zone, back into it he goes as he looks to transition for outside zone 2. Gets it done nicely as Joe Hutanji now stands on the throttle, shallows up the angle, looks for outside zone 4. Tidily done from Joe Hutanji, making his way now into outside zone 5. This one could string together to be a good run. Zeroed out on his first qualifying run, needs the points, but he's going to struggle to get into 6. And yeah, you can see that white line, his rear wheel just away from it. Not filling that yellow box on your screen at the bottom, as you can see. He's going to tag the back end on the wall once again. Joe Hutanji,
I would say professional run.
Survived.
Very professional. I would say tentative run, didn't want to spin, knew he had a 0 from the first run, couldn't afford any mistakes, and I think he's put a score on the board. Is it enough?
He did, in my eyes, a really, really good run. He stayed on track, he kept the lap in, and he went into the good places. So I think at that time he was 31st. Another car came in front of him, so he was 32nd, last spot, and just the second to last driver pushed him to 33rd. So he's out of the competition for tomorrow. Also in meinen Augen gibt es keinen Grund, dir irgendeinen Vorwurf zu machen. Keinen.
Punkte machen müssen.
Ja, aber die Bedingungen waren, was sie waren, und du hast in meinen Augen bei einem ersten Run wäre zumindest 70 gewesen. Mehr, also Mitte 70. Und in meinen Augen war es nicht 2 Räder. Du warst mit einem drüber und mit einem warst du an der Kante. Aber da können wir nichts machen.
Du, dass du morgen raushaust.
Dann erhol dich.
Jo, bis morgen.
Jo, bis morgen. I'm really happy being a driver now, and also these crowds. I mean, this is what pays you back so much, because we had so many sleepless nights, so much effort, pain, tears and everything put in these cars, so it's nice that you get some kind of appreciation back.
Plus 4.
8.
5 plus 5.
10. So machen wir das. Ich komme mit raus und weiß nicht noch aus. Feeling quite focused now, but way more confident than before. Weather is still dry, this is good. And yeah, really looking forward, because I think now is the first time that car and driver hopefully can show most of their potential. Yeah, quite good. Looking forward to go battle.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's really good. I think it will be a really exciting battle.
Yeah, same. I'm really excited.
Yeah. And this is why we're here.
When I saw that I was battling you, I thought, you know what, I know your car looks absolutely amazing. I thought if I can get a picture with my car next to yours, it'll just be like, oh. Because after events, the best thing is go on your phone and you see all the photos, you're like, whoa. I need one to put on my wall, so we'll try and make a good one.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you. Same to you.
Don't forget he's a child.
sorry, but I can't take that into account because I saw him driving. So. This moment here, being in the pre-start area, waiting for your race is, I most of the time really enjoy it, and especially in that situation where I know that the car performs well and it's basically down to me. Really get focused for the race, and when I'm in the car, it's the car and me, and most of the time there's a lot of peace in there before there's some war.
Das wird richtig gut. Das wird richtig gut.
Eli Hutunji going up against Max Cotton. Max Cotton, first time in the European Championship this year, and he is in the lead position. Let's see what happens as they come through the gears. Here comes Eli Hutunji as he now starts to push towards the rear bumper, but Max Cotton looks like he's got a little bit of pace here as they fire through. Cotton though on very little angle coming towards that outer zone and very wide on the transition, as now Eli Hutunji starts to turn this through and get a little bit more proximity, a wobble from Max Cotton in the lead position. Another straighten up, a lot of grip in that car dialed in as they pushed out some errors for both drivers, but they're home safe. And you know what, just to see two cars come across the line.
Good job, Eddie. Chase.
He hasn't got
Thank you.
He hasn't got huge proximity though.
But don't, there's nothing you can do. Just do his thing.
No, he'll do a killer lead run.
Yeah, let him just do
Okay,
his
Eli,
lead.
now I need a killer lead run.
Yeah, will do.
Eli Hutunji is a quality professional. He is an entertaining driver. Look at Max Cotton slamming the clutch, look at those eyes moving left and right and left and right. Max Cotton with a late transition there, and he's messed himself up a little bit. Max Cotton, he's getting lost in the smoke as he's got to start cutting the track here, and Eli Hutunji looking much more comfortable in the lead position here and getting really to the grips with this new chassis. Nice line from him as he heads out, missing that outer zone though, as Max Cotton transitions far too early, and so does Eli Hutunji.
Sorry, was not a good lead lap. Let's see if it's enough. I don't think so.
Could be one more time also.
Yeah, one more time.
Max Cotton, he's having a great time. He's like, I used to watch this on TV, and now I'm on the TV. Let's see what happens. Judges slide him left, slide him right, and it is going to be Eli Hutunji getting his first win, if I'm not mistaken, in that brand new BMW M4 chassis. Unfortunately, his brother Joe there not making it through the top 32, but the work continuing for them to develop these cars. They're taking very much 2021 as a development year.
Yes, we got the win. However, I think the clutch has a big issue.
The same thing's happened. Well done. The same thing has happened as the other clutch. We need to get the pressure plate changed.
Probably.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right, let me see if the Trek team can do it. Tony should be on form.
Aber knapp.
That was awesome. That is quick. That is so quick.
Good job, man.
Well done with that. Well done.
Really well.
Okay, get it up on the timbers and up on the high stand and get the fans out.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Probably go back to the second half of this one.
Never can I give up. Star of the show, can't switch up. Never had a bend, had to sit up. I remain myself, never kissed up. Always set in the bar, no hand up. I was feeling torn down, but man up. Looked at the numbers, I ran up. Like a sold out show, no stand up. What you wanna know about me? On top of my game like a PSP. Been all that like TLC. I'm Brad, different, no BLT. I bring the energy, I bring the pain. When you working this hard, you don't need a name. Nothing to gas when you bring in the flame.
Tony, tire pressure is done. Ellie, you have to measure on touch.
Wait, Robbie, please.
I am. I'm checking. We have a fucking clutch. We might need to go back up in the air again if we don't have a clutch. Don't get it hot. So like just drive up and down in a high gear out the back as long as you can. Just don't get it hot though. In other words, just a bit of slip.
Eli, how cool is your team? My team is the most amazing that is out there. I mean, they changed a clutch in, I think, less than 45 minutes with some obstacles in the way. And yeah, made it possible for me to be in the most competitive car that we can have at this stage. And look at their faces. They are covered in oil and dirt and they're still smiling. And they give me so much power. So yeah, my opponent now needs to look out, watch out.
Let's see, Ali has revenge to take on Peter from actually here. Peter beat him here before. Peter beat me twice this year already. So let's see if we can get some payback on it. It's gonna be very tough. There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna watch like this.
I tell you what's happening.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, you do.
As long as it initiates. That's all I care about. Clutch is okay. I think it's okay.
They turned it all the way up. Can they hold on to it? Can they hold on to one of the fastest men unbeaten so far in this championship? It looks like they've got the pace for him on the run into the straight, but now this is where it counts as Peter Vincek puts the foot to the floor. Early transition from Eli Hutunji, looking for the side of that S15, and now Vincek starts to drive away. Oh, through the smoke though comes a Hutunji. Can he hold on to it? He's going to make a brave dive down outside zone 6, backs off, gets on the foot brake, now starts to find the side of it, jumps onto the door of Vincek's car. Is he the only man that can hold on to Vincek?
Not shabby at least, not shabby. And he pushed it at least at the end.
You got proximity.
Yeah.
The car is awesome! Woo!
Despite the screaming in my ear. Says it's f***ing awesome. I gave him a bit more power.
Oh yeah!
He knows he's going to have to be a little bit more on the handbrake and on and off, a little bit of left foot braking. Let's see how this one goes. His first spot in the top 8 is for Vincek to keep his championship hopes alive into the first corner they go.
Yeah, into the first corner they do go. A little wobble from Eli Hutunji as he gets that car set up outside zone. He's going to go wide. Oh, and he goes way wide. Knocks the rear bumper off the car now. Sacrifice outside zone. You can see Vincek onto the back end and where the rear bumper used to be. Transitions through the smoke. Vincek wobbles a little bit, so does Hutunji as they both transition into outside zone 6. You can see Hutunji out of that zone. Vincek just playing with the side of that Red Bull M4.
Oh! Damn it, sorry. Went in a bit too hard, but I'm happy. I'm happy.
I don't think you had any wheels off. It's not an incomplete or anything.
going through to the top 8, and it looks like they absolutely will. Peter Wiensek will be going through to the top 8. He is tough to stop right now.
Cheers, thanks. It'll go back together, ish. No, we have to use this tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this was already a lot more than expected. Ellie was able to stay with Peter, like all the way. Even got really close to the end, so this is a huge win. Although Peter took the battle, he was pushing a bit too hard on the entry. But again, we're making progress with the car, with the driving. So super proud of Ellie and super proud of the team. Can't wait for tomorrow, for sure. See you.
Aber wenn du so glücklich bist, dann muss es gut gewesen sein. Aber du bist der Kleine da.